Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about that video, right? Is
the problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this.
Mase just lit a fire that nobody saw coming. He dropped a private phone call between Jay Prince and Takeoff. Yeah, you read that right. Takeoff. And now Jay Prince is losing it. We're talking full-blown panic mode, threats flying, scrambling to do damage control, all of it. But Mase didn't fold. He fired right back. And the way he called Prince out, it's wild. He said what a lot of people been whispering for months but were too scared to say out loud. And now it's spilling out, all while people are still begging for answers about what really happened to Takeoff. That night in Houston, still shady. Too many things just don't add up. Footage gone missing, witnesses going silent, and two names that keep circling back like a bad omen. Jay Prince Jr. and DJ Pat. Now throw this leaked call into the mix and boom, everything changes. If Mase is telling the truth, then this ain't just about Jay Prince looking bad in public. It might mean he's hiding something way darker.
Man? Yeah, man. We got a little bit of straightening going on.
And trust me, before this video's over, I'm showing you everything. Witness tweets, rare clips, threats from podcasts, sketchy bail payments. It's all here. People online are wilding out, calling Jay Prince a fake community leader, a behind-the-scenes fixer with cartel vibes, and even accusing him of having blood on his hands. This ain't no regular drama recap. This goes straight into the heart of Takeoff's last moments, the mob ties connection, and why Jay Prince is spiraling now that the wrong dude is spilling the truth. So, check it. Mase had been chilling, keeping it cool for months. But once Jay Prince started sneak dissing with those little subliminal shots on the $1 million worth of game podcast, it was game over. Mase and Cameron had stayed silent about that whole Houston mess, but apparently Prince pushed the wrong button. Mase came forward claiming he heard a private call, yeah, a real call, between Prince and Takeoff just hours before everything went down. And what Prince allegedly said on that call, according to Mase, it wasn't no brotherly advice, it was pressure. Prince was supposedly confronting Takeoff about loyalty stuff behind the scenes, and not in no chill way either. Mase said it straight. This wasn't no respectful convo. It felt more like Prince was trying to puppet master everything from the background. And when Takeoff stopped playing along, things turned ugly. And here's the crazy part, the timing.
Another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little it's like for real.
That call allegedly happened the same night Takeoff got shot outside that Houston bowling alley. A dice game, an argument, and then gunshots. Takeoff, gone at just 28. As soon as Mase let that info fly, Jay Prince snapped. He jumped online throwing shady threats, trying to act unbothered while tossing out those same slick comments like before. Don't forget what he told Offset. You wasn't really there with Takeoff when he was alive. Yeah. He said it twice for emphasis, and people caught it. That sparked the Offset verses. Prince beef. Cardi B even jumped in to defend her man. But now with Mase calling out that private call, Prince is scrambling again, trying to clean it up. But it's too late. The street's been talking. Folks aren't falling for the PR moves anymore. One fan on X hit the nail on the head. Nobody respects Jay Prince after Takeoff died on his watch. And that's when things got even messier. Because right after Takeoff was gone, it didn't take long before Patrick Xavier Clark, aka DJ Pat, got cuffed up. And people still ain't buying the story around that arrest. But here's what's rubbing everybody the wrong way. How did DJ Pat, the man accused of pulling the trigger, just post a $1 million bond like it was nothing and stroll out of jail so fast? That kind of cash doesn't show up overnight unless somebody with real pull didn't want him sitting behind bars too long. And don't forget, rumors been flying that Jay Prince straight up walked past Takeoff's body and said, "Call that, don't ask me none about that. cold-blooded, and it gets even shadier. J. Prince Jr. reportedly asked to have his name removed from DJ Pat's bond paperwork. If that's not a red flag, what is? They were all together that night, so why erase your name unless you're trying to make sure your hands look squeaky clean now that the heat's on you? But DJ Pat ain't the only name buzzing. You remember Joshua, aka Lil Cam Fifth? He got picked up right after Takeoff's death on gun charges. And guess what? He's tied to mob ties too. These aren't just coincidences. Dudes linked to J. Prince Jr. keep landing in the middle of these deadly situations. Yet mob ties keeps playing the victim card like they just caught up in the mess. Nah, people ain't buying that anymore.
You wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So.
And this wasn't even the first warning sign. Rewind to what happened with Duke the Jeweler. He flew into Houston, checked in with mob ties, played some dice, and ended up dead too. Same setup, same silence. And once again, J. Prince's name just happened to be lingering in the background like a ghost. People even pointed out that strange clip where Prince told his shotgun man to fall back. It didn't look random, it looked planned. It's starting to feel like a dangerous routine. Invite rich folks to Houston, make them check in with mob ties, throw a dice game, tension builds, security looks lost, and then someone ends up dead. Then Prince comes out with one of those cryptic posts talking about black-on-black violence and how grief is the price of love. Man, cut the PR act. Where were y'all when the blood was fresh on the concrete? And here's the kicker. None of the Princes showed up to Takeoff's funeral. Not one. You telling me that ain't suspicious? There might be a reason they stayed far away. Because people are whispering that they allegedly got blood on their hands. And deep down, they know it. Meanwhile, J. Prince Jr. out here tweeting stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you knew the guests weren't safe, why even bring them into that kind of chaos in the first place? Why didn't J. Prince warn Quavo and Takeoff if he knew things were getting hot that night? If your whole check-in system can't even keep your guests safe, then what's it even for? Word is, Quavo was straight up arguing with J. Prince Jr. right before those shots went off. Then Takeoff ends up dead, and now new clips show Prince brushing it all off like his name ain't tied to the chaos. Like Takeoff wasn't just assassinated under his crew's so-called protection. And when J. Prince went on $1 million worth of game throwing jabs, Mase snapped. He didn't just defend himself. He came for Prince's entire image, and he didn't sugarcoat a thing. "We are not your little..." That hit hard. Mase said it with his chest. No tweets, no subliminals, just raw truth. That line wasn't just for Prince. It was for everybody who's felt trapped under that check-in pressure Prince been pushing for years. And the craziest part? Cameron sat right there and let him say it. No interruption, no pushback, just let Mase air it all out. That's wild coming from Cam, who's usually real calculated with his moves. So now people are thinking,
all this shit, don't ask me what that
maybe Mase had that bombshell call sitting in his back pocket just waiting for Prince to slip. And once he did, boom, he dropped the hammer. Meanwhile, Offset had been keeping quiet through all this tension. But once J. Prince tried to throw dirt on his name, acting like Offset wasn't really there for Takeoff, Offset snapped back. And not long after, Cardi B jumped in too. And let's be real, Cardi don't bluff. She let it be known. They ain't scared of mob ties. That moment right there, that's when fans realized this was no longer just rap drama. J. Prince was getting dragged by one of the biggest celeb couples in the game. And his street cred, it's taking serious hits right now. And here's what most folks don't notice if they ain't paying close attention. Big names are backing away from Prince. First off, Drake. That man used to be all in mob ties orbit. Mentions, reposts, the whole nine. But now, nothing. No love, no acknowledgement, no reposts. And let's not forget, Jazz Prince is the reason Drake got put on through Wayne and Young Money. Since Takeoff's death, Drake's been ghosting J. Prince Jr. completely. And Jay-Z, same vibe. Word on the street is, Hav been dodging any connections with mob ties too. And if they pulling away, that says a lot. They've been calling for peace since 2023, but let's be real. Jay Prince don't do public beefs. He just ghosts people and stops picking up the phone. Why? Because the folks he's tied to now got big corporations and billion-dollar deals behind them. They can't afford to get tangled in any federal heat, especially with all these rumors still swirling around the Takeoff case. And now that Mase is spilling private convos out loud, there's no more room to hide. That silence that used to protect him. It's backfiring. The only reason mob ties ever had that kind of pull was because of that old school check-in system. Pull up in Houston, you were expected to link with Jay Prince Jr., and in return, you'd be protected. But now, that whole setup is crumbling. Duke the jeweler checked in, gone. Takeoff checked in, gone. And now fans are blasting the whole thing online. One post hit hard. This is why nobody checks in anymore. The people asking for loyalty and respect can't even keep their guests safe. Even West Coast artists are speaking out now. Some are saying the check-in game is just a trap, a power play for local gatekeepers to feel important. Nothing more than a show. And when Mase finally said out loud what everybody else had been scared to admit, that Prince ain't no real street general, just a fake mob boss trying to act like Nas from the block, the internet couldn't unsee it. It was a wrap. Now let's get into something real shady, the witnesses. On the night Takeoff was ended, there were over 40 people outside that 810 billiards and bowling spot. You've seen the videos, you've heard the background noise. So why have only a few people come forward? Where's the rest of the statements? Word is, some of those witnesses got hit with threats. There's online chatter that mob ties might have been pressuring people, buying silence, deleting footage, and making sure DJ Pat took the whole blame alone. And now, here's the wildest theory floating around. Folks believe Takeoff wasn't even part of the argument. It was between Jay Prince Jr. and Quavo, but somehow, Takeoff ended up getting hit. So now people are asking, was it an accident or was it a warning shot gone way too far? Now here's where it gets real wild. Sources close to Mase and Cam's inner circle are saying that private call between Jay Prince and Takeoff, it might have been recorded. Whether it was done on purpose or accidentally by someone else on the line, that audio could be sitting in a vault right now. And word is Cam and Mase been holding on to it, just in case Prince tried to pull something shady. If that tape ever leaks, it could blow everything wide open. What did Prince really say to Takeoff? Did he threaten him? Try to force him into something he wasn't down with? That call could be the smoking gun. And don't forget, this ain't just some clout chaser making noise. This is Mase, the same dude who walked away from Diddy, fought against the whole industry, and came back swinging. If that audio drops, it might be game over for Prince's whole rep. That wouldn't just shake the culture. That could have serious legal heat. That's the real mob ties indictment people been whispering about. Because make no mistake, the Fed's been watching. This ain't just fans on social media anymore. Every time Jay Prince or his son goes on camera talking slick or throwing shade, somebody in a suit is pressing rewind. And with Mase now publicly speaking up, you better believe they're listening a lot closer. RICO laws don't care about your music legacy. They care about alleged witness threats, silence money, and signs of organized moves behind the scenes. If names start popping up in real paperwork, ain't no label, no podcast, no city gonna protect you. And all those check-ins, worthless. And through all this noise and drama, let's not forget who this was really about. Takeoff, a calm, humble artist, a lyrical genius who never chased clout, never stirred up drama, just stuck to the music, his people, and good energy. That's what makes this whole thing so tragic. His life was taken in a moment that never should have happened, at a dice game, around folks who claimed they had love for him. And that's what hurts the most. Jay Prince dropped his condolences on Instagram with one of those deep-sounding lines, "Grief is the price of love." But come on, real ones don't want poetic captions when blood got spilled under your watch and you walked off like it was just another night. The streets don't want posts. They want truth. No more tweets, no more staged podcasts. People are calling for real answers. What Mase did wasn't just a response, it was a straight-up earthquake. He kicked down the door and showed the world that the fear around Jay Prince, it's fading. Folks ain't scared no more. That so-called silence that used to protect Prince, it's cracking loud. And if he keeps trying to spin the narrative instead of facing it head on, he might just lose everything. From that mystery phone call that could still leak, to the feds tuning in, to big-name artists falling all the way back, and witnesses who vanished overnight. This ain't over. Not even close. Prince snapped, Mase clapped back, and now the whole world's locked in. So go ahead and light up that comment section with a fire emoji if you're riding with the truth. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you turn on notifications. 'Cause what's coming next? Yeah, you're gonna want to see it. See you on the next one.